Operation Crusader not only saw British troops advancing on Tobruk to try to lift the siege, but also troops at Tobruk moved southeast in order to link up with their relief. The fighting was heavy as ever, and many British vehicles were damaged or destroyed in the opening days of battle. Two of these, specifically armoured cars of the King's Dragoon Guards, were of great interest to 26-year-old Captain Pip Gardner of the 4th Royal Tank Regiment, who had been assigned to assist them with two of his own tanks. The two cars were spaced 200 yards apart and were taking heavy fire from nearby German positions. Captain Gardner took his own tank right up to one of the damaged vehicles, his other tank providing covering fire, and personally secured a tow rope to the car. On seeing a wounded British officer lying next to the car with both legs shut off, he picked him up and took him into the car before ordering his tank to begin towing. Unfortunately, the tow rope snapped, so Captain Gardner went back to the damaged vehicle, was hit in one arm and leg. In spite of this, he picked up the wounded officer and carried him onto his own tank, staying beside him to ensure he stayed on. While en route to safety, the tank took further damage with one crewman killed, but miraculously both Captain Gardner and the man he'd rescued survived, in spite of their exposed position on the tank. Captain Gardner had served briefly in the Hong Kong Volunteer Defense Force when he'd lived there in the mid-1930s, and enlisted in the British Army on the outbreak of war, arrived in Egypt in early 1941. When Tobruk finally fell in June of 1942, he was still there and was taken prisoner, escaping in 1943 but being recaptured later. On his release in 1945, he didn't stay with the army, but rather went back to his family business, which made air conditioning units, although he did also help to found the Brunswick Boys Club. When he died in 2003, he was one of only 13 living VCs of the Second World War.